So yeah, on Friday, there was this East Side Parkways coalition. They held a uh, town hall for the Kensington Cap at the Jefferson Memorial or Frank Merriweather Library on Jefferson and East Utica. So here's a picture from the event. Um, Essentially, it just consisted of a presentation put on by the East Side Parkways and then a public forum for question of answers. So this was a post made by the Challenger News. So it reads, you had a great turnout for the town hall regarding the 33 project. So Crystal People Stokes, so who's pictured here, she is the New York State Assembly uh, majority leader, and she represents, parts of the city of Buffalo. So she did attend. So, while it was appreciated that she accepted the invitation to attend, it took her busy time. I have to agree with this post of being dismayed at her disrespectful behavior. So she kept her head turned away from the presentation the whole time. She spoke for a few moments afterwards, and then she left before answering any questions and answering any comments. Essentially, she said that the East Side Parkways has done a lot of work since October, but more people did work for the past 15 years. So she kind of got up at the end of the presentation and basically just lectured the whole, and the audience was standing room only. So there was, I had to guess at least, over 100 people for sure. It was a packed, and she said, I was here 15 years ago. None of you people were here. Where have you been 15 years ago? So it's essentially just because she invalidated all of our presence there at that moment in time. And me 15 years ago, I was, just graduating from high school. So I'm sorry that I wasn't involved with the Humboldt Parkway. But it was just, I think for me, and we had a couple other elected officials. So we had Zanetta Everhart and Leah Halton Pope, who are the new council people. They made an appearance. You were a county legislator, I think Howard Johnson. And then you had a representative from State Senator Tim Kennedy. And the rep from Tim Kennedy, he stayed throughout the whole presentation. But Leah Halton Pope and Zanetta Everhart, they basically just showed their faces during the presentation, left halfway through, basically just got acknowledged and left. Didn't stay for the questions and answers. But I thought it was a really good presentation, and it was kind of concerning that Crystal People Stokes didn't even really stick around to listen to even the counter arguments. There's a lot of concerns people have, and it just feels like, as a Buffalo resident and as people in the library, just felt like we're being dictated to by the New York State Department of Transit and the New York State Assembly. So basically, her attitude was, this is the project, we're moving ahead, you're free to do whatever you want, but you weren't here 15 years ago. So since you weren't here 15 years ago, your opinion is invalidated and your concerns aren't, we don't really care about you. So there has been a group, they call them ROC, the Restore Our Community Coalition, and they have been involved for 15 plus years, and they were kind of the original OGs on trying to get the Kensington Expressway covered up. So a lot of those people, are either elderly or have unfortunately passed away. So I do feel like the ESP, the East Side Parkways, we stand on the shoulder of giants, and we wouldn't be where we are as a community with, this investment and having a cover up if it wasn't for the work and due diligence and commitment that people did 15 years ago and have been doing, for a long time. But at the same time, I think there's a new generation of just people in the city of Buffalo that are concerned about this project. And I think the presenter, and you see him here, his name's Kevin. He's a 17-year-old high school student from one of the local high schools. He was one of the main presenters for this PowerPoint, and he kind of shot back at the assembly leader and said, 15 years ago, I was 2 years old. So I have to give him props that a high school senior wasn't taking anything from the New York State Assembly leader. And it's true. I think you can't invalidate. We're here now, and we have concerns about this project, especially the PM 2.5 that I referenced. The consultant's own study has shown that at the either ends of the portal, so the East Side Parkways and the Kensington Cap goes from Sydney Street to Best Street by the Science Library, so 4,100 feet. And the study shows that at either end of the portal, the north portal and the south portal at the ends of the tunnel, that concentrations of PM 2.5 will be increased and be concentrated at those areas. So Crystal People Stokes, she said, nobody's going to lose their home. And I mean, no one's home, yes, is being demolished, but I think the people who own properties and homes at either end of those portals, their resale values, the assessed value of their house is not helped by this project. I don't think anyone wants cancer or a heart attack or health issues, so I don't know who would be interested in buying a house right at a tunnel that's spewing out, PM 2.5 at elevated rates. Especially when you consider Humboldt Parkway and all those older homes, there's going to be drilling and explosions, and it's going to be a lot of wear and tear. You can't tell me that the plumes of pollution that are going up in the air as they're demolishing and crushing stone and digging to the ground isn't going to shake the foundations of the old homes. So yeah, that was Friday. It was a good group, and I think it was pretty powerful. There was about 200 people there, and everybody that was there was pretty committed and anti against the highway. So that was, so that's the ESP and I think the 2.5. So hopefully that helps get people a little informed on the project.